It's bright out here. What's up? My name is Vez. This is my 2002 Mustang GT. It's pretty rough, kind of. Depends who you ask. It has been driven all its life. I think on the car there's 240,000 miles on it. But I'm here to give you a quick walk around. Pretty much on my channel, what you're going to see is pretty much just me driving this car all over. I have a lot of plans for next year, going a lot of places, and just driving this car, giving it a little bit of love, and just also beating the crap out of it. Kind of counterintuitive, but it is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna walk around and show you everything that I have done to this car. I've owned this car now for about a year and 4 months. Today is December 26th, the day after Christmas. And yeah, the car's been great. It's had a few failures, but nothing massive, nothing you won't expect from a 20-plus-year-old car. Well, it's 2022, so actually a 20-year-old car, because this is a 2002. So I'll start from front to back, interior, and then under the hood. I'll tell you what's been done to the car and things that I would love to do. I'm just gonna freestyle this. Don't know where this is going. I'm just gonna shoot and talk. So we'll start from the front. Up front, this still has a stock front bumper, but it has the Mach 1 chin spoiler. And oh, I did not wash this car. It was just sitting, and I just drove it out here, and yeah, I'm just gonna talk about it. It's rough. It is what it is. So yeah, Mach 1 chin, or reliable, holds a little crack in the front bumper together, but it's holding on. It has a Mach 1 grille delete with the chrome pony. It's fine. Stock hood, as you can see, a lot of rock chips. Like I said, this car is rough, but the fact that it is in this state is why I'm not afraid to pretty much drive the piss out of it. I think the only thing that scares me is when this car is a mechanical issue, because then I actually can't drive it, and then at that point I can't drive it and it doesn't look good. So one of the two, it could look bad and I drive it, or it look good and sit. I'll be fine. Honestly, I love both. That'll be the goal. Actually, I'm gonna throw up a picture here of what this car looked like when I first got it, and it does look a hell of a lot better than when I first got it. But yeah, these are the headlights. I got these off Amazon. I have some switchbacks in the corner and just some regular LEDs. These lights, the clear is peeling, so they are I would love to replace these soon, but honestly I don't really have a reason to. They still work. So yeah, they're gonna stay like this until I give myself an excuse to change them. I don't drive this car every day. I used to drive this car every day actually for the past year, but with my new job I will not be driving this car every day. It'll be sitting for like just a weekend toy, so I'm not too worried about a lot of things. But when I like to do something, I like to do it right, and that's gonna be the course this car will take from now on. Last year the car will simply just do what I gotta do to get it running, get me to and from work. If it just happened to look good, just happened to look good. But this year, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna try and do it right. But yeah, car needs headlights, but these are them. Shout out to Just a 6, don't lose sight sticker on the front. Let's keep on moving. Let's get to the wheels. These are FR 500s from American Muscle. I got these off my boy SVT Sage. His Instagram will be right here. He has a red supercharged GT, which is kind of like the red version of this car, except a lot nicer and a lot faster. FR 500s, they are dirty. These are spray painted by one of the previous owners, so these wheels, even if I clean them, they won't really look much better. I do plan on getting these wheels either powder coated or paint them myself. That's like the easiest route. The other route would be just to get new wheels. We'll see what happens, whichever comes first. Just have some discount tire tires on here. They do okay. Again, the whole goal of this car when I first got it was just so I can drive it every day to and from work, but now that that's not the case, these may get switched out whenever I decide to paint or change the wheels. We'll see what happens, but the tires are pretty good in terms of tread life, and they grip enough. But yeah, that's what's on the front. On the back again, same thing, FR500s, but on the back, got these off a buddy. These are Michelin Pallet Sports AS3 Pluses, a good all-season tire. And these do hook really, really well once they're warm, especially for the horsepower level this car is at, which is about 200, 230, 190. In this cold weather, 210. Yeah, it's a 2-valve. What do you expect? Anyway, but yeah, again, as you can see, wheels are peeling a little bit. They're rough. It is what it is. Again, this car was just to drive to and from work, and it did just that. Tires in the back size is 275 40/18, and the fronts are 245 45, I believe, in the fronts. Correct 245, no, 245 40s in the front. But yeah, they do well. Moving around to the back, it's still all stock. Still got the license plate frame and license plate from my old car, which is 2014 Honda Civic Si. I'll throw a photo of that up here just so you can see what that looks like. Missed that car. Wasn't the best driving experience, but it was just a good looking car. We'll do the exhaust on them here. This car is rocking a set of SLP loudmouth 1s on this car. It is loud, and you will hear that in the POV videos. The full exhaust system on this car is the stock manifolds to a hello there, buddy. Are you here to kick me out? No, you're just turning. Are you going to park? I don't know what you're here for, but I'm just hanging out. Leave me alone, please. And that's a Z. But yeah, this car is rocking a set of stock manifolds, so stock headers, to a Mac Pro chamber, which to my knowledge is pretty rare and hard to get right now. And from that back, it is the SLP loudmouth 1s, and it does make this car very, very loud and very raspy at high RPMs, but it's still just, it just puts a smile on my face. It's fucking loud and rowdy. But the good thing with having a Pro chamber is on the inside, the car is actually pretty quiet, unless I'm Watt, and that's actually really nice. It's actually something that my girlfriend likes about the car, because she is my passenger queen. And well, if we're on a road trip and we're just talking, she can hear me. The car isn't that loud until I get on it, then it's fucking loud. All right, that's pretty much it on the exterior. Besides brakes are just on R1 Concepts drilled and slotted rotors, front and back, with Hawk street pads. So not their 5.0 pads, just the street basic pads. They work great. There's a bump steer kit in the front, and the car is lowered on Raceland coilovers. Do not recommend. Spend the money, get something better. They look good for the time being. I got them for pretty much free for trade for my lowering springs, and they work. The car looks good, but it doesn't ride the best, at least to what I'm used to, but it gets the job done. We'll move on to the little interior. To be honest, the interior in this car is actually really, really clean. Let me pull out this phone and make sure you guys can actually see the interior when I'm talking about it. But yeah, the interior in this car is actually really, really clean. These have been replaced by previous owner. I haven't done much besides get some new-ish seats, but these will be replaced this year. That's pretty much guaranteed. Let's see, it has white gauges. Did those myself. Actually, I'm gonna do them a second time. The first time I did them was just to see if I could, and it came out pretty good, a good 70%. I'll give it like a C. But honestly, just a little bit more time, and now that I've learned from my first experience, I could really dial that in to make it look really nice. I'm an OEM Plus guy, so you'll see that throughout next year of how I decide to modify and make this car better. Another mod I did was the SVE shifter. Well, just a shift knob. I like it. It's kind of like a Cobra style in a sense, but I like it. You can grip it. Oh, the car's in gear, so let me put in this clutch, and feels great. I like it. It makes it nice and easy for the shifts, especially with the shifter. This car has a MGW shifter with the race handle. Another part that I got off my buddy SVT Sage, and excuse me, it is one notchy shifter. I mean, just listen. And it's like, you need to give it some force, especially when the car is on and running. You'll see when I'm driving this thing, I got up but it does add to the driving experience, and it's very fun. I love this shifter. This car is not a 40th anniversary. This piece just came with the car. I like it, so it stays there. I want to replace this one because it's cracked. This car has some little odds and ends I'll like to fix. What else? Let's see. So this is a custom battery voltage gauge that, again, my buddy SVT Sage actually helped me put in. I saw this in his car and I loved it, so he helped me retrofit my cigarette lighter into this. And actually, if you flip up this tab, it's actually two USB 3.0s, so you could charge devices. I usually charge my girlfriend's phone if she's in the passenger seat with this, or I keep my camera equipment on me, so if I want to charge the GoPro or mount the camera, I'll just slap it in there. This thing has a Alpine radio with CarPlay, wired CarPlay, hence this. Charge my phone with wired CarPlay. You gotta have CarPlay nowadays. I love it. A phone mount and my SCT X4. This is one of the things I believe, if you own a 2-valve, you need this in your car. Honestly, I think if you own any Mustang, you should have one of these, especially the older ones. These gauges don't really work, to be honest. Besides the gas gauge and your tach and speedo, the others don't really read that accurately, and this tells you everything you need, and I love it. I love it so much. Honestly, driving without one, it's actually it makes me a little paranoid because I don't know what's going on. I love that SCT. Got my little heart here from Fresh Labs. Shout out Fresh Labs. Keep my car smelling nice. And that's about it. Besides the clutch, this car is running a Ram Stage 2 clutch that could hold, I think, about 500, 550 wheel. Well, 500, 550 horsepower. I don't know if that's probably just a wheel. I put that in because my throwout bearing went out, and when the throwout bearing went out, we dropped the trans and noticed that my clutch was cracked. So now we got that in there. It's a weird pedal feel. A lot of people don't like it. I love it, but it's also my car, so I'm used to it, and I could drive the car just fine. Yeah, that is about it. Has some aftermarket speakers that I will be changing out for some better ones, and yeah, the car is pretty much stock under the hood. Let me pop that right there. It is a stock 2-valve, pretty much, sort of, kind of. Yeah, pretty much. It has a cold air intake. I believe this is SR Performance. I believe it's SR Performance. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. Gets the job done. Stock plenum, stock everything else. I believe this is a Dorman intake manifold, and we're going back and forth on it because Dorman, to my knowledge, has two styles of manifolds. One that's obviously Dorman, and the other one that mimics the PI, but it's really hard to tell. I'll confirm that, but we'll go off the assumption that this car is a Dorman and is down a good 20 horsepower. Mishimoto coolant lines. I have a JLT 3.0 catch can, and I have a SVE radiator, in the upgraded radiator in the car. 3-core, 3-row. I don't really know which terminology to use there. This car does need a battery soon, and it does have camber caster plates along with the Raceland coilovers. And that's pretty much all that's done to this car, honestly. Little maintenance stuff here and there, and yeah, it just turns on, runs, drives, it goes burr. Mustang goes burr. And yeah, that's pretty much the car. So if you guys have any comments or any questions or any advice for me on this car, drop them in the comments. I will be reading them. And yeah, I'm pretty much going to drive this car back home and give you guys a little bit of POV driving. And And yeah, I'll see you guys in the car.